Thank you. Okay. So, most welcome for today's interaction session on sectorial understanding for building and construction project. So, screen is visible. Okay. So here I will discuss about the construction. As per EI 2006, EI notification 2006, there are two category schedules, two schedules exactly. In form of category, then we can categorize these projects and in category B1 and B2. And as per the schedule, if we concerned about schedules, and then EI notification 2006 list the construction and building area projects are under Schedule 8A, and township and area development projects are scheduled under 8B. So 8B is EIA, means with EIA, that is also known as category B1. And for the construction up to from not up to from 20,000 to 1,50,000 meter square, that is the built up area. The criteria is the built up area for the construction project. So it is known as category B2 or this one B8A. Before discussing about all these things in detail, how we have to identify screening, then scoping, then how we have to fill the form, relevant forms, PFR, conceptual plan, layout, greenbelt, and all the details and requirement as per the NBC and all. We have to see here. You can see means construction activity is already started in the ancient India. So in this phase, you can see in that phase also in the ancient India, there is a very good architecture infrastructures available in our in ancient India in our society. So one glimpses you can see here the water conservation technique, like that is known as rainwater harvesting. And this rainwater harvesting exactly work for the water conservation, and this water rainwater exactly using for they are using the people local people are using this water for drinking purposes or domestic purposes. Another one, the very good architectural example is Ram Setu. You can you can easily identify this. This is the glimpses of the Ram Setu from Rameswaram to Sri Lanka. So these are some many examples are there. I'm not going to all these things here. You can see the Ramappa Temple, Varangal. This is a good example of sandbox technology in the foundation. And here in this this temple, in which is situated in Varangal, South India, there is no any type of cementing material has been utilized to construct this temple. And also you can see here one another example of very nice architectural example, that is the musical stairs. So in here if you go upward, this they means emit the sa re ga ma pa da ni, 7 stairs are there. And you if you step one, then starts from sa to sa re ga ma pa da ni, so like that. And now we'll discuss about exactly what is the EIA and what are the requirements. So as for the means, it's very basic, of course. As for the definition, as we know exactly, we know about the EIA. EIA is a planning tool, and it is also it helps in sound decision making, or we can say it helps to decide that project should execute or not. So this EIA is to give the environment exactly its due, means its due place in the decision making process by clearly evaluating the consequences on the surrounding due to the developmental activity, and we can say due to the proposed activity. This is given in the technical guidance manual, which is released by MFCC. It is available on the ministry's portal. Now it is known as Parives portal. So if you search on Google the Parives, you will go to the ministry's website, and immediately you can search there the guidance manuals. For many sectors, the two type of manuals are there, so you can search on that. And here some type of environmental consultancy services in the form of this township and area development, or simply we can say the construction project. Like you can say in other term, like construction project are required this type of services. One is environmental clearance if they are attracting, and as I said in the previous one, it starts from 20,000 meter square built up area up to 1,50,000, less than 1,50,000. If falls in this range, then EC requires under B2 category. And if exceeding 1,50,000 or equal to 1,50,000 built up area, then this goes to B1. And that in this case, B1 means EI is required. And also another criteria is the area development. Under area development, you need to minimum area is 50 hectare, means 50 hectare or more than 50 hectare. Then you can means you falling under B1. And for the area development, you need to prepare EIA along with your all the things like PF, a conceptual plan, Form 1, Form 1A. So for this type of infrastructure project, or we can say the construction project, environment clearance is required, land cost studies are required, landscaping management is there, wastewater treatment like STP is required, and also sometime NOC CCA is required. Of course, amendments can be done if you are means proponent is mixing anything. And NOC from airport, if it is available situated in 10-kilometer radius of the airport, then not 10 only, 15 kilometer, then NOC from airport is required. NOC from fire station is required. If there is any type of forest, then NOC from forest department is also required. NOC for water supply department is also required. For power supply permission is required. Transportation department for traffic. DG set, because we are also using means PPR using DG set for emergency failure. Fire load calculation for any mixed use or a textile market or any type of commercial shops are there, then fire load calculation is there. And also we means any infrastructure activity, construction activity requires ECVC compliance, so energy audit is required, safety audit is required, so water sprinkler system is required. And also any building can go for the green building certification. Then green building certification from GRIHA, LEED, and many other certified agencies are there. From them you can go for green building certification, land space management, etc. These type of services, these type of permissions are required for any type of construction or area development project. So whatever we said in the previous slide, that means the limit of 20,000, here you can see as per the EI notification 2006, it is available. Also you can see for 8A, the schedule 8A, 8B. 8A is the building and construction project. Whereas 8B is the township and area development project. So under 8A, you can see more than 20,000, equal to 20,000, up to less than 1,50,000 square meter of built up area. There is no any type of condition, that is the general condition or specific condition is applicable to this construction project. And 8B is township and area development project. Here two conditions are there. One is area development, like covering area of equals to 50 hectare or more than 50 hectare. If you are not covering the area or not going to area development, then you can go for the township. Like in terms of built up area, then you have to increase, you have to have the built up area is about 1,50,000 or more than that in terms of square meter. So if you are following this, then you have to go for B1 category. B1, that means EIA is required. And built up area, the definition of built up area is exactly total covered area on all the floors put together, including basement for parking or anything, and also other service area, whatever is required or proposed in the building construction project. It is already cleared by MFCC in the circular on 2nd April 2012. And here you can see whatever it means, if you can classify, if you are going to classify the project. So these are, here are two type of project, category A, category B. Category A requires EIA, category B requires EIA, but in this case B1 only, because category B is reclassified to B1, B2, and here B1 is requiring EIA study for 1 month season for air, water, soil, noise, ecology, biodiversity, socioeconomic, geology, hydrology. And for B2, EIA study is not required, only conceptual plan, EMP, Form 1, Form 1A, or some in case of mining, the Form 1M is required, and like in case of thermal power, the different form is required. So it is depending on type of exactly what you are doing. And under category A, in case of construction project, there is no category A project. And for the category project, like if you have, because in this construction project, the no general condition is also not applicable, then anyhow category this construction project will not fall under category A. But somehow, like if in the state the CR is not there, then this project will be appraised from E central level only, but under category B only. Not it should not be category A. For scoping, it is general for category A or B1, because when you are going for any type of EIA, then scoping is required. Like here in the construction process B2, we need to scope. We need to first we need to study for in terms of air, water, soil, noise, hydrology, ecology, and biodiversity, socioeconomic, and hydrogeology, etc. for that surrounding area of 10 kilometer. So in that case, we need to assess all those environmental factors, and then we have to anticipate that what type of impact will be happen during the operation phase of that. So that is the EIA study. Here you can see one flow diagram. It is the simple one. It is under category B. But here you need to understand what are the major stages for the construction project. So here in the construction project under the environment clearance, three stages, main stages are there, and the fourth stage is not in our hand, or we can say not in control. That is known as in grant of environmental clearance. That is up to the authority only. So three stages are there. One is the screening, scoping, and appraisal. And in this case of screening is exactly the scrutiny of environmental clearance application by the concerned state expert appraisal committee, or whatever the concerning committee is there, determining whether or not the activity requires further environmental studies for its appraisal prior to grant of EC. Or we can say exactly in which category, in which schedule your project is falling. And then scoping is exactly related to your baseline study. In this process, by which CF determined detailed and comprehensive term of reference preparation of EIEMP report of the project, and this is only applicable for other categories where EIA is to be required. In this construction project B1, that is 8B. But TOR means the issue of TOR is not required under this 8B. Why? Because there is only there is another application form, that is 1A. Along with form 1A, conceptual plan, EIA report, and all other requirement, you have to submit at once without granting the TOR. From the committee member, respective committee members, you have to submit for environmental clearance directly under construction project. This liberty has been given for the construction project only, not for any other type of projects under B1. And the third stage is appraisal. Appraisal is the detailed scrutiny of application by state level expert appraisal committee, because this is under category B1, on the basis of form 1A conceptual plan, whatever you have submitted. And after that, they need to recommend your case for the further grant of environmental clearance. Here you can see the stages under category B2. You have to submit your application in the form of form 1A conceptual plan to CR, respective state committee authority, state expert appraisal level impact assessment authority, on the ministry's portal, that is Parvez portal. If you are in Gujarat state, then you have to apply on Parvez portal in Gujarat portal. Exactly, this will immediately directed to state of Gujarat portal. And then scrutiny will be done from the SIA only. If there is any site type of essential detail to be sought, then they will raise the EDS, and then you have to reply that EDS. And after that, if there is no anything, this will be accepted and forwarded to CX. And after reaching to CX, they will again scrutiny, and then after scrutiny, they will accept the case for further putting in agenda. After putting in agenda, they will call for the presentation, and you have means it depends on the state committee. Different state have a different type of provision. In Gujarat, if you are in Gujarat, then they will ask your presentation to submit before your presentation date. And after presentation, if they have any question, they will raise in the form of ADS, that is additional detailed sort, and then you have to reply. And after reply, they will appraise, they will recommend your case to SIA. And in some state, the SIA presentation for SIA is required, but not, it is not compulsory. SIA will take decision, and they will grant the environment clearance. In the similar way, for 8B, that is for the EIA, because you have EIA, then you have to submit with EIA. And after EIA, then immediately this will be this will work in the same way whatever we have discussed in the previous one. So what are the highlight? How you have to go with the form 1 for the construction project. Here you can see two schedules are there, 8A, 8B, whatever we have discussed in the previous slides. And for form 1, you need to fill 9 points. First one, you can see here the basic information, that is the questionnaire only for related to project proponent, their address, mobile number, phone number, and or what are the registered address number, etc., and the site lat-long coordinates and surrounding area. Then it will go to the second one, and that is known as activity, major heating activity. Under this activity, like physical changer, natural resources, your transport, handling, production, substitute material, raw material, etc. The production of solid waste during constant operation phase, release of pollutant in the form of air emission, water emission, etc. The generation of noise and vibration, emission of light, heat, etc. You have to fill. And then you have to fill about the risk of contamination of land or water from the release of pollutant, risk of accident during the construction operation phase of that project. Factor which should be considered, like any type of sequential development is there, then you have to identify, then you have to put. Under third, here the environmental sensitivity within 15 kilometer, like for forest, any type of reserve forest, in type protected forest, national park, wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserve, any type of wetland or under Ramsar Convention, any type of wetland, different water bodies, seas, creek, etc. You have to mention any type of special type of eco-sensitive area, mangrove, etc. Then you have to mention, and that area also about the infrastructural activity like road, railway, highway, airport, whatever it is available in the form of infrastructure, traffic, etc. Then you have to mention school, hospital, fire brigade, etc. You have to mention this. And then number 4 is proposed term of reference, like in case 8B, it is applicable for 8B only. Then you have to submit all these things. And one under 8 form 1A, you have to fill about the land environment, water environment, vegetation, flora and fauna, air environment, aesthetic environment, socio-economic, building materials, whatever you are to use, you are going to use for the building material, like cement, concrete, steel, etc. Energy conservation, ECBC compliances, traffic management plan, and environmental management plan. So you need to fill all these things. And then you can see here the conceptual plan, that is in other type of project, this is known as PFR, pre-feasibility report, but here in schedule 8A, 8B, it is known as conceptual plan. Under this conceptual plan, you need to brief, provide the basic executive summary, then site location, surrounding, connectivity, project cost, area statement, population density, water demand, supply, sewage treatment plant, rainwater harvesting, parking facility, parking as per NBC, parking as per GDCR, power requirement, solid waste, landscape. All these things are required under this conceptual plan PFR. Major 9 points are there. And then for recommendation and appraisal. And in case of EIA, if you are going to EIA, then 12 chapters are required. For 8B, that is on the B1. And yeah, for EIA, you can see here that name of title of chapters, like introduction to the description of environmental components or environment, anticipated environmental impact and mitigation measure, analysis of alternatives, environmental monitoring program, additional studies, project benefit, environmental cost benefit analysis, environmental management plan in the chapter 10, 11 is about summary and conclusion, and 12 is disclosure of consultants engaged. And the CIA, the chapter 1 is about introduction, like general information on the building sector, major sources of environmental impact, and the in respect of building and construction township area development project. Under chapter 2, you need to specify about your project title, type, need, project location, land availability, utilities, and power requirement, water supply, water balance, infrastructure facility, project implementation schedule, cost, EMP, etc. You have to provide in chapter 2. Under 3, it is the same one as different sectors are there. The description of environment, like 3-month season, non-monsoon season should be there. And then you have to provide about the air, water, soil, noise, geology, hydrology, and ecology, biodiversity. Also with socio-economic. Chapter 4 is about only impact assessment. And here, if you are going to use DZ, etc., stack is there, then modeling is required. Otherwise, modeling is not required. Air modeling, and but TI is required. Traffic impact assessment is required for the construction township area development, and also you need to comply the ECBC. So ECBC complies for energy conservation is also required. Chapter 5 is analysis of alternatives. If you are going to use any type of site or technology, then you have to put under chapter 5. Chapter 6 is about environmental monitoring program. Here, the frequency, time parameter, etc. to be provided with the mitigation measures, effectiveness, and budget. And chapter 7, regional study is required. If it is available, then you have to provide about risk, fall hazard, risk, fire load, etc., fire layout, fire hydrant system, etc. under chapter 7. And chapter 8 is about the project benefit, like benefit accruing to the locality, neighborhood, region, nation by the way of improving the physical infrastructure, social infrastructure, employment potential, or any other type of tangible benefit. Chapter 9 is not applicable as per the requirement. So you can skip, otherwise you have to mention that chapter 9 is not applicable. And then chapter 9 is exactly is about EMP, because as per the technical guidance manual, there is only chapter 11 chapters are there, but generic structure of EIA has 12 chapters. So next chapter is summary conclusion, and then last chapter is disclosure of consequence. Here under EIA, you need to identify the impact due to noise, like on the noise, land, soil, water, pollution, air pollution, etc. And for the project description, you can see here the example how you have to present, like you have to provide some photograph with the date, etc. Then location, general location should be provided, specific location should be provided, the boundary, the site layout, and the entry, exit, whatever you have. Site selection criteria, you have to provide, like site suitability is there. There is no any type of agricultural land, non-agricultural area is there to be identified, and also confirmation of proposed development, the master plan. There's some type of permissions are procured, so you have to write all those things, and also identification of a natural hazard prone area, and it is proximity to the any type of another type of natural hazards or seismic, etc. So you have to provide a description of environment, environmental component, and chapter 3. Here, land, environment, water, air, noise, biological, socio-economic, solid waste. You have to provide, and environmental impact mitigation mitigation measures under chapter 4. So under chapter 4, during construction, during operation phase, you have to provide for about the land environment, loss of agricultural land if due to this project or not, generation of solid waste, water environment, impact on local water sources due to the use of construction water, water pollution due to sediment load in construction water and wastewater from construction camps, our air environment, dust generation, noise generation, gases, pollutants are there, social environment, sanitation is due to the inflow of construction labor, improve economic activity and create opportunity in the region due to the economic construction activity. And in the operation phase, you can see the again land environment, disposal of domestic solid waste, landfill area is required or not, water environment, disposal of sewage, their handling, treatment, recycling, it's air environment, air pollution due to vehicular emission, noise pollution due to traffic noise. Then TIA is of course required, as I said in the previous slide. Social environment, demand for additional resources like water, electricity, if you have, then you have to provide in the quantitative, qualitative manner. In the case of mitigation measure, like a quantity of earth generation from the cutting shall be used as a filling material during the site development. You have to mention dumping area will be biologically reclaimed. These are the example only, like in case of how we can write in the land environment, how we can write in the other type of like water environment. So you can write in one example is that implementation of suitable disposal method of sediment Sedimentation or construction debris is in tune with the local condition to avoid waterlogging area. Proper drainage and sanitation facilities shall be provided at the construction site. And third one is the formation of stagnant water pools with the will be eliminated to avoid soil erosion, or we can say the breeding of mosquitoes. And under in the same way, under air environment, under noise environment, under biological environment, social environment, you have to mention all these areas. Then environmental monitoring program. Under this, we have to provide during the construction, during the operation phase, and also we have to provide the parameter and what type of parameter required with the frequency. And we are going to like energy conservation, water conservation, minimizing the waste generation, waste disposals, waste treatment, recycling, reuse, OHS, preventive maintenance, environmental awareness, etc. So you have to mention all those things. Additional study like public consultation in case of violation cases, the public consultation is required. Otherwise, public consultation is not required. Risk assessment like fall hazard, otherwise we have already told. Social impact assessment is required where area development is there. R action plan, RAP, etc. If required, then you have to mention. Otherwise, TIAs, ECBC compliance, etc. It can be there. Additional studies. And then under the project benefit, like any, if you're going to propose any CER activity, then you have to mention like our infrastructure development, roads, etc., our road repairing, railway, township, housing, water supply, electrical power, drainage, like educational institution, etc. Our employment potential, like semi-skilled, skilled, unskilled labor during the operation phase, during the construction phase. So you have to mention all these type of things. And CBA is not required, so we'll not discuss about. But under this EMP, it is required. It is mandatory to provide the EMP for category B2 or B1 or any type of environmental clearance. Then EMP is strongly recommended for to control all the pollution due to the developmental activity, and the budgetary provisions will be provided under EMP. And under the next chapter is about summary and conclusion. Here you have to provide the description of project, description of environment, description of impact assessment, and then environmental monitoring program, additional study, project benefit, and EMP. Then this after granting the EC, then you have to go for CTE, CTO, and CT is known as NOC from the PCB, and consent to operate is also known as CCA. So under Air Act, Water Act, and EPA, CTE or NOC is required from respective state pollution control board. Like if you are in Gujarat, then CTE from GPCB. If you are in Maharashtra, then CTE from MPCB is required before commencement of the construction activity on the site. Under this act, also if you go for the NOC, then after NOC and after construction activity to be completed, then you have to go for CTO, or we can say CCA. And the construction activity means when we are going for CTE, CCA, then category, here the different categories there, red, orange, green, and white. And this construction project is categorized under red and orange as per the water demand. Like if you are using 100 or more than 100 KLD water, then it is in red. If you are using less than 100 KLD water, then it is under orange. This is the wastewater. That means wastewater generation more than 100 KLD or 100, then it is red. If less than 100 wastewater, then that is orange. So here you can see the stages in the consent to establish process. Simply you have to apply on XGN portal from Gujarat or some other state, and also otherwise if respective state pollution control board is there, they have website you have to provide. You have to fill the detail, all the details, all the documents, layouts, land documents, your material balance, whatever you have, like all these things, and EC you have to upload on the website. And after that scrutiny will be done from SPCB, and they'll if they have any type of shortfall, they have any question, then query will be raised. Within 120 days you will get your NOC or CTE. Then the same way, after getting CTE, you have to start your construction, and after completion of construction, before operation phase, you have to apply for the consent to operate the process. Here is the same process that whatever you can see in the CTE. The same process there, you have to apply on portal, and you have to upload all the documents along with the CTE and its compliances. So these here you can see the basic requirement, like for CTE, that is the first consent, and CTO the second consent. So under the CTE, proof of deposit of CTE fees, because fees is required to apply the CTE or CTO after acceptance only. CA certificate regarding this investment, copy of environmental clearance, declaration by the unit regarding awareness about the pollution control or equipment, whatever you are going to, forest clearance or forest NOC is there, then you have to apply. Land documents, design scheme, ETP, STP, whatever you have, air pollution control devices, hazardous waste management, or hydraulic design, etc. You have to apply. For CTO again, proof of deposit of required applicable consent fees as per your schedule, because in the CTE, the fees of CTE will be as per your project cost, but the cost of CTO is as per your pollution load. Then you have to apply all the means the self-certified compliance report of CTE and the, all the copy of balance sheet duly attested by CA and permission from the concerned authority, whatever you have, a drainage, sewer line, etc. for the effluent treatment, and then their drainage system. So you have to apply all these with all the document, because already you have already applied or submitted the previous document, so you need not apply upload again whatever the previous document which we have uploaded on the website. After this, you need to submit half-yearly compliance report of the environmental clearance. So here you can see, as per the EI notification 2006, it shall be mandatory for the project management to submit a half-yearly compliance report in respect of stipulated environmental clearance terms and conditions in hard and soft copy. Now it is only soft copy. In the calendar year, 1st June and 1st December, here at this period, it is the gross period, the 2 months of gross period is provided. The time period is from the 1st April 30 September, then 1st October to 31st March. So in that manner, you have to submit half-yearly compliance in the soft only on the web portal of Parivesh using your login credential. Here you can see the OM circular from Ministry dated 7th of September 2017. It is highlighted already. That is one means like you can see, certified compliance report on time. It is required to submit to the sectorial expert appraisal committee. And non-compliance, if you are not going to submit the compliance report, then penalty may be means in the form of environmental compensation or any type of penalty will be there. You can see number of cases are there. It's means it can go under violation. Then you have to means provide a different type of study what damage you have done, and after that the penalty can be penalized, and you have to submit in the form of bank guarantee. And here some cases are there, like NGT also has penalized some industry like Jindal Power Limited. They have submitted about 160 crore rupees of fine. And another one is Goel Ganga Developers India Private Limited. They are violated the environmental clearance by before NGT. Means it was noticed by NGT, and they have fined up to 100 crore rupees. So it depends on how much damage you have done. Then under violation, the penalty will be calculated. For the landscape management, it is different. A different state have their different norms. But for the construction project, up to 25%, we can say from 15 to 25% of the total plot area is required to develop as a green belt. In industry, the 33% is required, but in case of construction project, there is some liberty has been provided. Then you can submit, you can develop up to 25%. So in the form of this type of, you can provide the landscape management, green area calculation in the form of COP in periphery or lawn area or any type of garden, etc. So that can be done. And for the green building certification, it is not mandatory; it is voluntary only. If any type of builder or investor, if they are going for rating, then they can go for the green building certification. Here you can see green building and environmental. It is only voluntary. It was notified on 27 June 2011, so it is not mandatory. Then CER, it was notified on 1st of May 2018. Here, the corporate environmental responsibility. Under this, you can see some type of activity. They have already notified that infrastructure creation for drinking water supply, sanitation, health, education, skill development, road, cross drain electrification, solar power, solid waste management facilities, scientific support, awareness of to the local people, etc. These type of rainwater harvesting, soil moisture works, SMC works, every plantation community area, food and fodder, crop field, etc. This type of activity can be done under CER. And this was the previous notification. Also, you can say standard condition. It was also done after 4th January 2019. That they means investor or proponent need to carry out the CER activity, and they have to submit 6 monthly compliance report to MFCC and President Office of MFCC. And for CER, this type of activity already we have is like solar upgradation, setting of solar lighting facility, upgradation of solar coolers, sanitation facility, fan, benches, etc. Computer providing to the colleges, schools, etc. Fund for the cremation ground, or we can say fruiting trees, support of various digital initiative, dispensary, Anganwadi, etc. So that can be done. And for the social due diligence, here you can see the audit report. Sometimes it is required. Environmental social due diligence is required. And for violation, if you are not taking this environmental clearance from the respective concerned SIAC, and you are doing construction, then it comes under violation. And for the first time, violation window was opened on 14th of March 2017. Under this, for the first time, the violation of EI notification 2006 refers to those projects or activity which, though require EIA, but they are not submitted. And of course, under EI notification, however, they are submitted to the regulatory authority for the environmental clearance after starting the construction or developmental work. And they have undertaken expansion or any type of moderation or change in product mix without taking environmental clearance. Means they have already started their project without taking environmental clearance. They are said to be as violated the EIA notification 2006. Under this, such project, even if category B project or B2, whatever, as per your notification, which require EC from state, shall be appraised at central level. Means under violation, every project will be treated, appraised or treated at central level only. And State Pollution Control Board, under the provision of Section 9 of EPA, will take action in these cases. And in that case, no consent to operate or occupancy certificate will be issued. That is known as BUC, will not be issued to those projects till environment clearance is not granted. And third, ESC will assess the project that has been constructed the site under prevailing law, or the expansion of a project has been done under the prevailing law is permissible, and it can be run substantially under compliance with environmental norms with adequate environmental safeguard. And fourth one, in the case of EAC, is of view that project can be run sustainably or is affirmative as per the above criteria, the case will be processed further for environmental grant of environmental clearance. Otherwise, committee will recommend closure for that project. And fifth one, if the finding of EAC are affirmative, then the project will be granted appropriate term of reference for the preparation of EIA with a specific TAR like ecological damage, remediation plan, natural and community resource augmentation plan. And sixth one, the collection and analysis of data for assessment of ecological damage, preparation of remediation plan, natural and community resource augmentation plans shall be done by environmental laboratory duly notified under EPA, and these aspects will be discussed in detail as a separate chapter number 13 and should be prepared by accredited consultant from NABERD QCI. Number 7, the expert appraisal committee EAC on the basis of remediation plan and natural and community resource augmentation plan corresponding to assessed ecological damage and economic benefit derived due to violation shall recommend an amount of bank guarantee which will be finalized by regulatory authority. 8 number is the PP, that is project proponent, will be required to submit this bank guarantee to PCB prior to grant of environment clearance. Means after submitting bank guarantee to PCB, they will grant EC. The implementation of EMP, including remediation, natural community resource augmentation plan, will form a part of condition of environment clearance later. And the bank will release your after successful implementation of remediation plan, natural community resource augmentation plan, following its recommendation by regional office of ministry, expert appraisal committee, and approval of regulatory authority. So here is the violation related MOM, office memorandum from ministry. And here you can see some another one, like for the validity of environment clearance. Now it is flat 7 years plus 3 years for after extension. Here 12th April 2016 office memorandum regarding in validity of environment clearance. You can see in the previous it was 5 years, now it is 7 years. And here you can see the lateral entry of violations cases after this violation window has been closed, and some other office memorandum for baseline data collection and the validity of term of reference. Now it is 3 years. And certified expansion report is required. Certified compliance report is required for the expansion cases. And CER OM is there, office memorandum is there, 1st May 2018. Another one is the CGWA permission is required during your appraisal cases from the CGWA. And another office memorandum of 19th August 2010 for activity which can be undertaken without environmental clearance, like only fencing is allowed and not more than that. And the standardized EC condition, here you can see after this is for the standard EC condition. It was released on 4th of January 2019 under this air, water, soil qualities, etc. and CER. So it is already there. That is the standard AC condition for every type of sector. And there are some another sectorial standard AC conditions are also there. So here some type of another minutes of meeting for construction project where they have agreed up to from 15 to 25% of green belt. And category, as I said in the previous slide, that if you are going to generate wastewater more than 100 KLD, then you are under red category. And if you are generating less than 100 KLD, that is 10 to 100 KLD, then it is in orange category. Thank you very much. If you have any question, then you can inbox us. Thank you.